So that was about 40 minutes trying to get one bolt in. I'm absolutely exhausted. Hello guys, and welcome back to TSBig TV. It sounds a bit weird when I'm saying it, not Liam, who's supposed to be right there. But he's still at work, or he's working this week, and I got the week off, so I thought I might as well bring you into the workshop and do a bit of tingling on the different vehicles. What we'll be doing today or tonight is swapping the turbo core on the trusty TIE Fighter Disco, because if you might have heard in the last video we did on it, there was a tiny bit of whining sound. And Liam had the exact same on his, and he ended up swapping the whole turbo for a new one to getting rid of it, because I had a look at the exhaust manifold. There isn't any warping or anything whatsoever, so I think it might be the turbo is a bit worn. There's quite a bit of play in it as well when you move up and down. So I went out on eBay and got this replacement for it. It's a company called Direct Turbo UK who makes these ones. This is just a complete standard one, it's not a hybrid or anything. It should be a straight fit into the old one. So first we're going to go ahead and open up the box and see what you get inside of it, and then what you kind of need to do this job if you want to do it yourself. And lastly we're going to install everything into the car, take everything out and then put everything back into it again and see if it actually works. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying out this turbo core and see if it's going to make any difference. I don't think it is, it's just a stock one, but if the sound goes away then I'm happy. So let's get into it. So here we got the box itself, pretty standard box. It says here Direct Turbo UK, the website, and it says turbo model GT2032S. I don't know what the S stands for, but it could be sport. Opening it up, got nice packaging here, got more foam, and here we have the core itself, wrapped in what looks like some kind of oily paper. Really nothing to it, it's just a standard turbo core. Place that here. Otherwise than that, we get a piece of paper. See what it says. Read the guide and follow, or your new turbo will break. You'll probably have to read that. Maybe. Otherwise we have the O-ring for the sealing of the cold side of the turbo. We'll put that in there so we don't lose it. And we have oil drain gasket there. We got one, there should be one more. Maybe not. We are supposed to be two of them. Never mind, we got a spare. And here we got the test results of the actual turbo. It says here pass, and it spins all the way up to 150,000 revolutions per minute. Where normally, I think normally the test is about 120, but this Turbo Direct guy, he just pushes them completely up to 150,000. So that's pretty cool, then you know it works. Otherwise than that, you will need this kit here, which is a complete turbo gasket kit. I got this from Germany, also on eBay. And inside you get the new studs and nuts and everything you need. You get this little thing, syringe. I really don't know what that's for. I think it's for priming the turbo. We're gonna use it for that anyway. And here we got the metal gaskets for the inlet and the outlet of the turbo. And we also got another one here, which might also be for the oil drain. Looks like being the same size, although this is a metal. This is not. I might use this one instead, as it comes in the kit. And we got more of these small rings here, so not too bothered that the kit only comes with one. But yeah. These ones will probably break when you take them out. I had to cut one of mine off, so you need this kit no matter what. So get this kit and the turbo, and then you should kind of be set for it. Let's pack all this stuff away and move over to the car. Moving back over to the car, I've already started taking things apart. First of all, I'm taking the hose. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. There we go. The hose that goes from here, this is the air box, and goes directly into the front of the turbo, which is here. This is the inlet, if you didn't know that. There's a hose connecting from here to here. There's one electrical connection and one boost hose. Take those off, undo the clips, and out it comes. Then I've also taken the downpipe off, which is on the hot side down there. As you can see, that is completely loosened up. Then I've taken the inlet side, or the inlet side of the exhaust, undo those 3 bolts, So really the only thing I need now is taking the bottom hose off and taking the oil drain and well, the other one off as well. Don't know what it's called. Take those off, and then we should be able just to take the whole turbo out. And after we've done that, we'll go ahead and have a look and see how much movement there actually is in this shaft and what the difference is between this one and maybe another type you can also get on the market. So now I've disconnected the pipe down here. That bit here, all gone. Oh, there goes the light again. Otherwise than that, I've taken the oil drain, where the back one is quite hard to get to. It's an 8mm, two of them, one towards this side and one on that side of the pipe, and took the oil pipe off from the top here. So now we should just be able to take here and pull him out. Let's go and put him on the table. There we have him. Oh, one very, very small turbo. Here we got the turbo out of the car now. You can have a look at it. So the main thing we're gonna be doing here is taking these two apart, where we've got the cold side here and the hot side here. The hot side is put on a hold on to 4 bolts and 2 brackets, where the cold side is 6 bolts. Undo those and you can kind of separate it. And of course you have to get the wastegate off as well. Take it off the arm, it's a little clip here. Undo it, undo these two 8mm or 10mm bolts and pull it off. Then we also got 2 studs here we need to extract some way or another. Shouldn't be too hard now they're on to the exhaust itself. We've got plenty of ways we can get those out and maybe re-tap the holes just to make sure they're good and healthy. Otherwise than that, the shaft play, you can actually hear it if you're very quiet. Okay, that was actually quiet. That's a bit more than what I thought it would be. Now I got it out of it. So that definitely has something to do with it, because the turbo runs very, very fast, as you also saw on the piece of paper. It's at 150,000 revolutions per minute. That is very, very fast. And what these turbos have got inside is what's called journal bearings. Was pretty much a softer metal sleeve outside the shaft that goes across it between the 2 compressor wheels, and then that needs to be lubricated from the top and that drains out the bottom. And if that's not lubricated, that's going to turn hot and might seize up or just destroy itself inside. Now what the downside of journal bearings is, the positive side is they're easy to produce and they keep a good lifespan, but if you want even more, you want to what's called the ball bearing turbo, which I don't think there's anybody have made a ball bearing turbo for the TD5, this particular model of turbo, the Garrett one. But Dan from Storm Tuning just unreeled his newest creation, which is a hybrid turbo. And the hybrid turbo is really just where he makes the sizes bigger of the 2 different wheels, so the housing sort of stays the same. There might be a tiny bit of improvements in it. But what you've done inside is that you put a ball bearing inside it instead of the journal bearing, which means that you need less power to spin it, and it will keep spinning for longer, so it's less resistance in it, and that means you can get fast on the boost compared to this. You can see right now I can't even spin it, I'll make it spin. So I think it's quite tight, this turbo. So, got to go ahead, undo these bolts, take it apart and have a look at it again. We moved a bit closer now. I'm going to show you how much play there's in it. You see you've got the impeller in there and the shaft going through. I'm going to put my finger on it and move it up and down. Use my thumb here. Maybe both fingers. You can see it right there. And I'm not forcing it very hard. I'm literally just moving it up and down very, very carefully. Because what you want to do if you want to check it, first off you start with your finger onto it and try and see if you can move it with that. If you can't do that, you put your thumb on it, try and see, like mine is already moving there. And if you can't get it in there, you might put 2 fingers on it and just try very slowly move it up and down. But if you can't get it to move, don't force it, because otherwise you will break it. So just do it very slightly and see if you can move it up and down. And that's in any directions around it here. But my one is definitely toast right now, so we're going to swap that out. here we have the different parts. We got the cold side here. Check that off. I need to clean that up and have a look for any cracks or any kind of damage inside of it. I don't think there's any, but definitely just to have a look. Here we've got the old core. As you can see, it looks exactly like the other one, except the other one is newer. And you can actually a bit more now here, the plate is in it. But yeah, that's how that looks. And then we got the exhaust side here, which I'm gonna be cleaning up very nicely, make it look like new, hopefully. Oh, there we go. And we got the wastegate as well. I'm gonna free that up and make sure that's completely freed up, although it already sounds pretty freed up. But there was quite a lot of oil actually on this side, on the hot side, which might indicate the seal was about to blow, which is not good. But anyway, I'm gonna clean that up, and after that we're gonna install that into that part, and that part, and into that guy. Let's do that. So guys, I'm back again. Try that one more time. So guys, I'm back again in the workshop. I just went out to get something to eat, and then the wood burner we have here on the farm just went down, so I had to go up there and have a look and see if it was fixable. It was not. Gonna have a look at that tomorrow, but for now I have taken the parts and cleaned them up very well. As you can see, this is the cold side, completely cleaned up, but I still need a bit inside, but I can't seem to find any cracks or anything whatsoever, which is good. And over here we got the housing. I cleaned that up as well. I sandblasted it after I had taken it over with the wire brush. As you can see inside, let's see if I can get the sun, not the sun, the light to hit it. It is completely clean inside now, which is very nice. And then I also went ahead and gave it a quick coat of black paint, which is heat resistant, so that will keep on forever, hopefully. And here we got the old one, the old, what do you call that, center bit, core of the turbo, I guess. Oh, there you go. And this will pretty much just get thrown out. I'm just gonna check before I throw it out if we can get a new way, like internals for it. If not, I'm just gonna toss it out, because it is an original Garrett part, and Garrett are quite expensive, which I found out with the turbo for the RV. They cost a lot of money, so if you get rebuilt kit for it, because the fins look really good and any chipping or anything off it. So I've been living a good life, but again, journal bearings just give up over time. So I'll keep that and focus on that now. Start unpacking this and throwing into the new housing, and start doing things up and see if we can't get done here tonight. More than that, I don't think there's a light with me. Over here on the car, still need to clean the edges. As you can see there, are quite dirty, both of them. I'm gonna sand them down, make a nice fitment off it. I'm gonna clean that oil return pipe down there as well, as it looks like it's been leaking a bit. We're gonna stop that now while we are here. Other than that, I'm just gonna have a quick look behind it now. The turbo is out, you get a bit more visible parts in here. See if you've got any leaks or anything. I don't think I have any, not what I've kind of been looking for them, but I'll have a look at that and see if there's any. If not, I will take the parts, assemble them, and throw them back into the car, and hopefully we can get a start up here tonight before I go to bed. I got both the dump pipe and the inlet of the exhaust here. Got those sanded down, so they should be holding a tight seal. I'll put a new gasket onto it. So the only thing really now left is assembling the new turbo. I also just quickly went ahead and made some new bolts here. As you can see, these ones are the old ones. They are in not very good shape. So these ones go out, right, and these ones go back into him. And these were the ones that are sitting on the hot side of it, on these brackets here, one on each. So these one will be holding up for next time the turbo needs rebuilding. So we're just about ready to open up here. We got the old unit there. Oh, that's rather greasy. Don't have any degreaser. Here we have the new units coming out of the bag, and I can see got oil in it, which is good. Ooh, I nearly dropped it down. That would have been pretty, wouldn't it? There we go. So here he is. And straight away, actually, absolutely no slag in it whatsoever. And it's much nicer spinning around compared to that one. So that, put this back in here, compared to this one's, it doesn't even spin around, as you can see. Very nice. But it also says right here, laser engraved, that is Direct Turbo UK who have produced this, so I don't think it's any kind of like Chinese knockoff or anything like that. But of course, you can't really tell just by looking at it, and I don't know that much about turbos to know what's good and what's not. But I would say it's got straight lines, straight cuts all the way around. The housing looks very nice as well. I haven't got any like grooves or anything hits where the CNC machine might have slipped. Nope, looks rather good to me. So now this thing goes into the housing here. I'll put this bit on first, like that. Fits straight on. Then we just have to align it compared to where it is. I'm going to have a look at the old one and see how it's sort of aligned, because you need to get the oil feed straight from the top and the oil drain going straight down as much as possible. So we have to angle it in the right direction. I'm just going to have a look, because you can see how it was seated here because it was so dirty. How I'm going to align it up, so I'm going to do that now. He is now connected to the housing, or the cold side of it. Again, the bolts here, just normal 8mm bolts, 6 of them all the way around, with the rubber ring in between here. And as you can see, it spins with absolutely no problem. No sounds, anything of it hitting the housing, so it is a perfect fit. And then I lined up that hole right there. You can see I made a little marker on it. And that matches up with this one. If you can see that marker, that the old bolt left behind right there. So that matches up with that pin and that hole. So that is very nice looking. Now I just need to go over and get the exhaust housing and do exactly the same and put that on with the new bolts I made here. These brackets as well, it's also painted. So we are back. Sorry about the noise, it's getting a bit cold in here, so I'll put the heater on. Oh, it's also apparently very dark in here for some reason. Well, here he is. Got the new core in him. Old ones over here on the table. In shame. But yeah, it runs very, very smooth compared to the other one. Like, it is a joy to spin around now. Absolutely nothing stopping it or jamming or anything, and no play in it. When I put the exhaust house on here, there wasn't anything I could really use to align it up, so I used the wastegate actuator to put that on, tighten it up, and then just make sure there's a rod here that goes onto the wastegate valve itself, and that runs straight. Then I put a little pipe on here just to make sure it could move in a straight line, wasn't rubbing or anything, and also made sure it works. I also put the studs on. There's 3 here and 3 down here. All of those come in this kit. Right, I'll put a link in the description. I'll link it to Liam and he will put it in the description of the eBay sale and all that. And also come these ones, which will be the next step. And this banjo bolt here that goes on top of it. So I really do believe this last thing to do is take that thing and put into that car. with some of these bits in between and some of those things there. And I think we'll just top him up with oil or just swap both filters in it just to make sure I've got completely fresh oil in it, and then we'll try and start him up and see what it sounds like. So I just found out there's a setting on the camera that makes everything a lot brighter compared to what it has been. That is on me, and of course Liam isn't here, so the camera work isn't that good. But I will do it on this camera mode because it's a lot brighter. You can actually see what I'm showing. I hope Liam can do some movie magic and hopefully lighten things a bit up. Otherwise you just have to put up the brightness on your screen, I guess. But anyway, I have now gotten the turbo onto it. I got the nuts on here on each side, the one on the bottom just done up loosely, and then I'm gonna tackle probably the hardest one, which is the oil drain, which is hiding down here somewhere, right there. That guy needs to go up here with the new bolts that come supplied with the kit as well. Should be here. There you go, these two. So I'll go ahead and install those two on the bottom of the turbo now. So that was about 40 minutes trying to get one bolt in. I'm absolutely exhausted, but also happy that I finally got it. The bolt in question is the one for the draining, which is down there. Focus. Nope. Take the light here. There he is. There. You can just see that yellow thing on top, straight down. You find it. That's a drain pipe, and the one furthest towards the engine was an absolute nightmare to get on. I did this one loosely on this side here, and after that I kind of put my fingers through this bit here, that bit here, and this bit back here, and I finally got it on. So now we just need to put the banjo bolt on the top, and after that we're going to try and start them up. I haven't got much battery left, so I'm just going to do that really quick off camera, and so we can hit the startup. And of course, before I do that, I need to get the syringe, which is here, came in that package. I'm going to take that, fill that with oil, and then pour some oil straight into the oil feed of the turbo, which is the hole right there on top. Gonna pour oil straight in there and spin the turbine a bit with my finger just to make sure it's well lubricated on the first startup. Alright guys, welcome back once again. We'll just turn you around here. Look at that, everything is back where it belongs. I even swapped out this hose here, which Daniel said looking a bit weak on the other one, so I got some injector hose instead, which will keep up with the boost pressure. Everything is good to go. We're gonna go in right now and try and start him up. Let's see if we get anything. Of course the oil has just been swapped, so it might just be low oil pressure for the first second or two. Let's see. Neutral. There we go. But most importantly, will it produce any boost? Yes, it will. Ooh, look at that. Normally I would be running about 1.35, which is the recommended. I haven't touched the wastegate at all. And see how you only go up to, you know, what was that, as far as like 0.75, which means there was something wrong with the old turbo. So we're gonna go out, adjust the wastegate now, and see if we can get up to 35 before the battery runs out. So guys, that was it for tonight. We got him running. Still running a bit low on boost, but I might just take him outside and do a couple of pulls up the road here just to see if I can hit the sweet spot, which is 1.35 bars, recommended by Daniel himself. I will go out to Liam's tomorrow, pick up the charger for the 2 batteries got for the camera, and maybe also a GoPro, and I can talk you through if I've seen or any problems have occurred with the vehicle tomorrow. I need to drive around town and do some things. But right now it's about 2:30, and I need to get him out, take a quick drive, and then go straight to bed because I'm out again tomorrow, where I will be doing stuff on a Range Rover Classic. As you can see here, got the inlet manifold, very nice, polished and painted as well. And here we got the one carburetor I'm assembling. This one is going to be looking like, that is what it looks like right now. So I'll be doing that. Hopefully I'll get the head gasket for that tomorrow. If so, I will probably, there you go, I'll probably get him up and running tomorrow as well. I might do some Instagram stories on that. I don't think I'll be filming it, as it's just, I wouldn't say a private project, but still I'm just having fun doing that. But we're definitely gonna do a video of us putting the engine into the Range Rover and see it rolling for the first time after the old engine that was seized up. So yeah, that's the plan. I will see you guys tomorrow at some point where I am clean and not very tired but more fresh. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Hello guys, it's currently the next day. I've been driving a bit around in the car, and I just saw here today after I got back for about an hour's drive that there was oil on the ground. Then I went ahead and investigated and saw that the bolts from the turbo drain has come loose somehow, so I tightened those up back again. Went up and completely cleaned the car just underneath it, so I can see if there's any more leaking coming from that bit. It's that bit down there is leaking. Right now I just went ahead and dried it up and there wasn't anything on it. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I don't know how they came loose because I used Loctite and everything onto it, but apparently something came loose, and once you get them in, they're quite easy just to tighten up. So I went ahead and did that. Otherwise the turbo's, well, like new really. Of course it is because it is new, but you can see how much I've tightened the wastegate here, which is normally that was completely outwards, like more than the standard one, which is 13 threads I think. You know that I'm hitting about 1.25 pounds of boost, or bars of boost right now, which is good. I'm gonna keep it that way until I get the upgraded intercooler. Daniel said to me that it should be, oh, focus. Daniel said to me it should be about 1.35 bars of boost, but right now I haven't got the upgraded intercooler, so I'm gonna keep it a bit low until then. Camera's about to run out of battery, so if all of a sudden it cuts to dark, everything's okay. It's the camera running out. But other than that, today I got the package that I've been waiting to get, and I have started the jobs on the old V8 here. As you can see, that's the new one, and that's the old one, the one that came off the engine that seized up. And this is a new one which I've polished, sandblasted and painted, and now I'm just fitting all the different sensors here. And I got one carburetor done, the other one still in the making. It was looking very nice. That was completely rusted up inside. I've gotten water into it, but that is all good. Come in here and see the engine, how it is looking right now. And this engine is of course meant to go into the Range Rover Classic, the black one we have standing up at the barn. Hopefully I'll be throwing that in at some point. And here we have the block itself, running low on the rear cylinder here, this one here, the compression, and that was because of a valve that wasn't clean, so the air was letting out. But we figured that out, and I've taken the head off, which is over there. We cleaned the valve and cleaned both of the surface with a very fine grit of sandpaper and a completely flat surface, using these mirrors over here to do it. Oh, there you go. But anyway, I need to get on with this bit here, and that was pretty much everything I had for you guys this episode here. Again, I'm sorry about the filming quality, as Liam isn't here and he's kind of the one doing all the, like, knowing how to use the camera and all that. I just borrowed it for this quick video while he does at work. But anyways guys, I'll let you do an update on the turbos. Everything goes wrong or goes right, or everything works, just so you know if that is a possibility. You guys can go out and do as well if you're in the same situation as me. Now it's starting to rain as well. I'm gonna get inside and continue But thank you, and I'll see you next episode.